A few weeks ago, an article came out presenting a rumor that Power Rangers was going to be canceled or majorly reformatted after Power Rangers Dino Fury. Do I think this is true? Well, let me tell you. So this news broke at Illuminati.com from writer Bryce West. Now, Illuminati has predicted some things about Power Rangers in the past that have turned out to be right, but I'm not necessarily going to be taking into account those things just because it doesn't necessarily mean this is right. And also, if you do look at the things they've gotten right, it wouldn't be too hard for them to guess a few of those things, but I'm not really going to go into that in this video. So the article essentially said that Hasbro would be ending its partnership with Toei, the makers of Super Sentai, the source footage for Power Rangers, since the beginning after Power Rangers Dino Fury. They stated this could be for multiple reasons. One reason being that they might want to focus on Power Rangers as a film franchise, which a couple days later they made another article basically talking about how they really think they are leaning on Power Rangers as a film franchise rather than a TV show. However, they also said that it's quite possible that after Dino Fury there could be more live-action Power Rangers, just completely original stuff, or an animated show that's completely original, or an MMPR reboot animated show, or basically anything under the sun that could be a continuation or reboot of Power Rangers, and that it's just going to be the end of their partnership with Toei and not necessarily Power Rangers as a TV show. Now, do I think this is true? Well, I think that Bryce West definitely thinks this is true and that he trusts his sources. I don't know his sources. Maybe his sources are very trustworthy. I don't really trust his sources. And here's the deal. Bryce is probably a nice guy and everything. I just, looking at this from an objective standpoint, I think this has some holes in it that really need to be cleared up. One of these issues is with when this is all going to be happening. Illuminati says that this could be happening after 2021, after the contract with Power Rangers runs out with Nickelodeon. However, that does have a few issues, mainly in that that would mean there would only be one 20-episode season of Dino Fury, which seems unlikely to me. I feel like if Power Rangers were to end after Dino Fury, they'd at the very least do 2 seasons. If they have the rights to a full season of Super Sentai, why would they only adapt half of it is kind of what I'm getting at here. And also going along with that, why would they go through the effort of switching over to a new network just for one more season? There's also another big issue with that really plays into my main concern with this, which is that with Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 1, they are going to be replacing about 75% of the crew behind Power Rangers, including putting on a new showrunner in Simon Bennett. My question is, why would Hasbro do all of that stuff if they were going to cancel or drastically change how the show is made after just 1 or 2 seasons? Keeping in mind that Power Rangers is completely unique in how it's made. There's no other shows on air, and there haven't been any long-running shows that have been made the same way that Power Rangers has. And so essentially, they're hiring all these new people who they'll have to teach how to make Power Rangers in particular for Power Rangers Dino Fury, and then they're going to have to fire them after just a couple seasons or change it into a more mainstream production. And it doesn't make sense for them to replace a bunch of people and teach all these people how to make Power Rangers just for them to then throw all that out the window and just make it in a more mainstream way. So that kind of sums up my ideas on this. Again, this is from a very objective standpoint. We should not go to any strict conclusions about this is definitely happening, this is definitely not happening, until we hear a statement from Hasbro. I just think that from an objective standpoint, it makes more sense that this rumor is false than if it is true, but I am by no means saying that it definitely isn't true. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.